What's up? What's up? What's up?
Yo, yo, yo.
What's up, you guys? Happy. What's today? Thursday?
Thursday. What's Thursday? Thankful Thursday. That's what you said.
Thankful Thursday.
Thankful Thursday. What you thankful for?
I am thankful that I am almost done.
You should be thankful for that salad you just ate because you showed didn't order one. What you thankful for, Tamekia?
Oh, I'm thankful for life. I'm thankful for grace and mercy, and I'm just thankful to be here to share this occasion with you guys.
Let's go.
We're thankful for you.
We're supposed to do lotion before we start live.
So listen, y'all. I have this thing with my hands where they get dry. It seems like every 5 minutes. So I just have to keep me some lotion nearby because they're gonna get dry, and I don't like the way it feels. I can't function. So whenever you see it, no, it's not brought to you by Dove, but I appreciate them. Let me say that I appreciate them for having something I can just open and tap into without squeezing and making a lot of noise. So thank you, sir. Let's get on started. Y'all ready?
No, we're not ready. That's
Yeah,
not how we
we're
operate.
ready. We're ready. Top. Go ahead.
That's not what you said, though.
Yo, what's going on? What's going on? Listen, it's Keith Everett, Real Estate Diddy. I'm right here at the Simple, Sexy Flipping Conference. I gave 10 ways on how to find off-market properties. If you're somebody trying to learn how to use the bank, find private money lenders, and knowing how you can fund the properties, you need to be here.
I would definitely recommend this event to anybody, especially if you're looking to get started in this business, because sometimes you just don't know where to go, and sometimes you don't know how to get started, and sometimes it could be the reverse. You got the motivation, but you don't have the education, or you have the education, you don't have the motivation. So sometimes it's being in certain rooms with certain people that'll kind of uplift you or inspire you or get you moving, get you thinking. But more importantly, this is the kind of room you want to be in, especially if you're a newbie.
What? Welcome back, you guys. I'm excited. You're excited?
Let's go. I'm super excited.
Let's start this off by, you feel better?
My name is Antonio Denmark. I don't think we said our name since episode 1.
That just means that they're following us.
Okay.
I'm Ashley Denmark, you guys.
They
I'm
cannot
fine.
hear you talking that low.
How much you want to bet?
I ain't gonna bet. That's a good mic. That's a good mic.
Do you want to bet?
That's a good mic.
In fact, I might need to back up a little bit before they have to turn me down. All right. Welcome to our Fearless Investing Podcast. I'm so excited that we have Tamekia on with us today. And Tamekia, has it been a year?
It has not. I started the journey February of this year. So
Ooh, not even for a year yet.
Let's go. Let's go.
Well, I started the classes August of last year.
Okay.
but I didn't
Okay.
get over my fear until like February.
Okay. It's a process.
Yeah.
it is a information gathering process,
Yeah.
and for some, it's faster than others. So there isn't a one size fit all.
Definitely.
But I do feel like you have to overcome those fears from within. And once you overcome them, it's like the floodgates open up at that point in time.
Yeah, hopefully you got some new fears and challenges that you can overcome by then.
You're gonna always have some fears.
Yeah.
No matter what step you're on, no matter where you're in the process, you're gonna have fears. Whether it's doing your first project, whether it's doing two projects at the same time, whether it's buying 5 projects in a year. There's always going to be fears on this journey. It's just a matter of what type of routine do you have to overcome them, and what type of information are you feeding yourself to help you overcome.
Who you associate yourself.
And who you associate.
That's major. That is major.
It's big.
Yeah. All right. So tell everyone, who is Tamekia?
I am a mother of 2 children. I am a social worker turned realtor. I'm in real estate full time now. I was an agent in the resale world, and I recently ventured into new construction. So that's me in a nutshell.
Oh.
Okay.
Can I add investor to it?
Keep going. Investor.
Yes. I added that new title tag, that new venture in 2023. So I claim that I am an investor.
There it is. There it is.
Absolutely.
I want to more so, that's Tamekia today. That's Tamekia the last 3 to 5 years. I want to go back to young Tamekia. What was your parents like? Did they have 9 to 5s? Were they entrepreneurs? What was it like growing up from that aspect?
So I was raised by my grandparents.
Okay.
My grandfather was a farm hand. He worked on the farm. My grandmother, she had a little job where she did a little house cleaning. But ultimately, I watched my grandfather provide for myself and my mom and my uncles and my aunts.
That's a lot of people.
That is.
Oh yeah. I was raised in the old school in the country, the old school way. But I watched my grandparents take care of everything. My mom did have me at the age of 15.
Okay.
So raised by my grandparents. I can say where I came from. It was a solid foundation as far as, morals, values, manners, home training, all of those things. Not a whole lot on education, home buying, finances. We didn't get that. We didn't have that at our round table, at our dinner table. I mean. So it took me getting into the real world and connecting with people and learning things and, just taking a turn from where I really came from. So that's exciting to me. That's why I like to give back. That's why I like to educate, share my knowledge, with people, because that's how I got to where I am, connecting with people who are willing to give.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
Absolutely.
So you're telling me that there is success, even if you're from the country, even if you grew up on a farm, even if you was raised by your grandparents.
She did not say she grew up on a farm.
I make my own twist. Even if you grew up with your grandparents, even if your mama has you young, even if
you didn't have those connections.
You didn't have those connections. You didn't grow up in the connected family. Even if you didn't come up from a powerful family, there is still hope that success can be had.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. All right. Were you raised on the farm?
No.
Okay.
That was my grandfather's. Can we say profession? That was his job. That was his job back then. He worked on the farm. He fed the cows, and it was a catfish farm, so he had that aspect.
It was a
catfish farm. What is that?
Well, they have a pond.
The pond, and they raise the fish, and
farm raised. Catfish. I know you saw that at the store. Farm raised catfish.
I just thought it was a marketing trick.
No,
farm raised.
they're raised on
somebody's pond.
Mm-hmm.
You could have raised it in Crestwood when you had that pond.
Shut up, man.
It was like 8 feet deep.
Farm raised. Okay, I learned something new every day.
That's the thing. But yeah, so he was a farmhand. You know, it was owned by some people, and he was one of their workers, literally.
So was catfish the only thing they did at that farm?
No, they had cows, horses,
Okay.
you know, bale hay. That he did all of those things.
Obviously, we're
We're far removed
yeah.
from it.
So
yeah.
that stuff sounds like French to me.
Yeah, we're far removed from it.
Oh my god!
But I can remember as a little girl going with him to, you know, feed the cow,
that was
you know,
exciting.
fishing, you know, all of those things.
Oh, that was exciting.
Yeah.
Get your country life on.
Get my
because
country life.
You
I'm
too.
gonna go.
You're lying.
Camping one.
You're
I
lying.
ain't even get it out yet.
Yeah, I
Now,
know, that's the
fishing
point.
is really relaxing.
Now I like fishing. I've been
Yeah.
fishing before. I'm gonna go camping where I stay in the woods at
I
night.
don't know about that.
Tell them to do it in the cold too.
Yeah, wait till the
Yeah, all right. On the
December,
real
January.
tip, if you know of any spots where we can rent out like an RV and we can do glamping.
That ain't camping.
Yeah,
RV ain't camping.
glamping.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you where my this is where the buck stops. Trying to tell you where I will meet up at. I need to be in the RV and I will pull out in a minute. I will sit outside and then I'm gonna go back in the RV. Let us know.
Can you at least do the tent?
And an RV. It's too cold for that foolishness. Now I give you to midnight. We can sit out there. We can build a fire. We probably don't have a hard time building a fire because we're from the city.
I know how to build a fire.
Mm.
Yeah, Yasmin over here like she know how to build a fire. Tonio acting like he know how to build a fire.
We're gonna get out there. You don't have to.
Don't know what to do. See, I'm a realist.
All right, back on track. Get back.
Drop
on
it in the link, yeah, for real.
track. Back on track.
All right. So what does Tamekia, you mentioned social work. What is social work? What does that look like?
Oh wow! So I worked in child welfare for 7 years, the DHNR.
Okay.
And then I ventured into medical social work. So I did that for 5 years with Viva Health. And that was my last venture in social work. I left social work, the world of social work, February of this year. And ventured into real estate full time. It was a faith walk. It was a hard decision, but it has been very, very rewarding.
Tamekia, last year conference was January the 28th.
Mm-hmm.
You left right after the conference.
I did. I think we had a.
We
I
did.
walked up to you at the conference, and I was.
And now I'm thinking back at it, like you literally did it right after the conference.
I did.
What? Why? Why?
Wow. So, if I have to be transparent, I would say financially, I had been just playing tug of war with my profession, just back and forth, not much gain. But I saw the potential in what the information I gained, the connections I made. It all lined up and seemed like it was the right thing to do. I prayed about it, of course, because I'm a woman of faith, and it seemed like every time I prayed about it, something else would line up. I didn't even seek the job or to be full time. It came to me. It was literally an email that said, "Hey, come do this." And I'm like, "Okay, Lord, me? No, I never thought about doing this. Not this aspect." So things just lined up, and I took the steps, not knowing. I remember being asked the question, "Do you have 3 months of reserves?" I do, but I don't want to use it. So yeah, 3 months of reserves. And that's minimal. Most people say 6.
6.
Yeah.
I was asked, "Do you have 3?" I'm like, I do, but I thought it was 6, but I don't want to use it. So that was the foundation. That question came and I said, I have 3. And okay, are you willing to work? I am. I'm willing to put my best foot forward. So that was the basis of it. I stepped out at that point, and the house came next.
The house came next.
Which house?
Okay, so this was the Centerpoint house, Ginger. So that house came up, and it was like, okay, this is a good one. We need. Antonio went live at the house. My partner and I were in Irondale looking at another house that we were like, no. And I looked at my phone, and it was like, X Flipper is live. Oh, that's a nice house. I showed it to my partner. She was like, "We on the way." So we went over, and it was like, okay, that lined up. We got the numbers, and I'm like, okay, 3 months of reserve, and buy a house, and then I don't have a job. What am I going to do?
Logic says you can't do it. Logic says you can't do it.
Logic said I could not do it. The average person would have said, "You crazy. You better not leave your 9 to 5." But I did it anyway.
A little scared. What was some of them
scared.
fears? What was some of them fears you had?
Oh, I thought I was going to be homeless.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Will I be able to pay my bills? What was another fear? Would I fail? Will I get into this project and there will be some unknown thing where the house would just collapse and we'll just be at a loss? That all kinds of nonsense.
All kinds of nonsense.
Just negating the fears.
No, it was, just outlandish scenarios in my head came up. I promise you, it was really outlandish. But again, I just had to regroup. Know that I had all the information, I had all the resources, and I had all the people I needed to mitigate the risk.
So it's still risk involved.
Still,
Understand that when you are an investor, whether you're investing in real estate, stock, cryptocurrency, when you take that title as a real estate investor, you are taking on risk.
Yeah.
The thing about risk is never going to go away. But there are things that you can do to mitigate the risk. And that's what we like to talk about. We like to give information to help mitigate the risk. We like to get around the right people who have experience to help mitigate the risk. There is always going to be risk.
Absolutely. Oh, Tamekia, you just took me through a journey. Yeah. All right. So
let me say this before you go.
Okay.
So a part of what we do and who we are is we get a lot of properties come our way. And honestly, we can't buy them all. We don't want to buy them all. Like that's not the key. That's not the key.
It's not a big flex to buy as many you want to buy. It used to be.
It used to be, but it's not anymore. So like now it's all about helping our students get their first property, helping them through it, guiding them, and putting them on the right path. So what happened was I seen the deal and I went live in our X Flipper group. And
someone called you about a deal because this came from Glenn, remember?
Okay, seen, call.
Okay.
A deal came my way.
A deal came through. Okay.
And I thought it was a pretty good deal, honestly. So I went looking at it for me to potentially buy. And I like to kind of, when I walk through sometimes, I like to just talk about different stuff going on in the property. Hey, these cabinets, this wall, this, watch out for this. And Tamekia will call like, we pulling up. And I'm like, come on. I mean, more the merrier. It don't matter to me.
And I don't think you did this on your page. I think you did it in X Flipper Academy. You did it with the students. And I think Tamekia them saw the house before I even saw the house. I was still asleep. I was like still knocked out and found out. And then I saw the messages later, which Tamekia was like, wait, I'm gonna put in the offer. Like, what are y'all talking about? Oh, I missed the whole live.
Whole live. It was jumping though. So that's just one thing that I kind of wanted to piggyback on was when you're around the right people, things line up for you. And you can't really ask why a lot of times. Just accept it and keep on moving. Mm-hmm. All right.
Because I think that was major when we talked at the conference. you were like, I think my move is to go full time. I didn't know that immediately right after you went full time. Sometimes you don't understand what it is. And I think when you can't explain exactly what that movement is, what that feeling is, what that sense of urgency is, what that weird feeling is you get in your belly, deep down in your belly, that's when you know it's God. Mm-hmm. And when things start to line up, it's just like, man, I follow. At any point, did you go without?
I did not.
Did
not.
not.
At all. Did not. We're talking, didn't earn any commission the first 2 months. We're talking no paycheck.
No paycheck.
No paycheck. And I'm shelling out, funding my rehab. We took a nice amount to the table. But we did not go without. Alabama Power did not have to come by my house and shut me down. Well, they don't come by anymore. Yeah, but that wasn't an issue. My bills still got paid. Everybody knows I love to travel. That's the one thing I work hard so I can do. I still was able to travel. It worked out.
Okay. I want to, we believe in giving gems and nuggets. Tell us about some of the challenges that came along with the project.
Absolutely.
Some of the biggest challenge for me was really the part in it. The biggest challenge was working with the contractors, learning their languages, their personalities, their behaviors, reverse psychology.
You gotta use the reverse psychology.
Reverse psychology, all of those things. That was the biggest challenge. But I can say I feel better about it now. And just tactics and how to deal with them. That part I didn't hone in on because I was like, people can't, they don't operate like that. They're just trying to scare us. But it happens. It happens. And it's all in how you react to it. You can react in a negative way and make the situation worse, or you can negotiate and try to work around it and figure out ways to really make it work for you and what you have going on. That's the ultimate goal. Absolutely. Is to get the home finished and get to the table.
Absolutely. And everybody wants the same goal. Like they want to get the home finished, they want to get paid, and they want to go into their next project. They don't want to be held up at a project. Like as difficult as it is in any situation, it's all about that communication aspect because everybody doesn't have the same what do I like to call it? What is it called, Tanya?
No, I can't reach your mind today.
You do. Come on.
Moral compass.
No background. What do I call it?
Business sense.
No, I'll figure it out. But bam. Everybody doesn't have the same common sense. Common isn't common for everyone because everyone wasn't raised the same way. So what you think is common is not coming to the next person, and what they think is common is not coming to you. So we have to give each other grace. We have to talk through it. We have to understand the other person's background while also understanding our background and figure out, okay, what's the way that we can communicate this so that all parties understand without getting hostile, without walking off. Had a situation today where a contractor got hostile with one of the students at a project, and Tonio's advice was, don't do any more talking. Let's marinate on it for a day or two. Let's get everybody's feelings down because when we're up here, no one is listening to each other. When we're up here, everybody's just trying to get the last word, the last say so. So you got to literally like de-escalate the situation and realize we all need each other. Like this is a circle of life when it comes to real estate. We're going to need each other at some point of time. So how can we minimize the situation, minimize the problem, but still come to the common goal? And I think you did a phenomenal job with that, because every time you would talk, you would say, okay, I had some time to think. Here's what we came up with. And it was a solution where it didn't take long to get back on track whenever there was a problem. You guys immediately got back on track, and then it was smooth sailing.
Yeah. I think it's very important to operate off of being solutions based.
Absolutely.
We can harp on what went wrong, what should have been done. We can harp on that all day. It doesn't get us anywhere. But what's the solution? How do we move forward?
How do we move forward?
Mm-hmm.
That's great. One thing I say is, for anybody who's listening and you're getting ready to do your first project, understand that contractors speak a different language to you. Also understand that contractors sometimes count different than you. So when you are the project manager and you are doing your rehab, you're going to have to be the accountant. You're going to have to be the psychiatrist. You're going to have to make sure that things are in line, because all of that goes into play. Some contractors are more sensitive than others. Some contractors don't really have a good understanding of there's some language barriers that come sometimes. So you're going to have to be a translator. Like, you're going to have to be a lot of different things. It's not just buy a house, hire a contractor, and expect to make money.
Yeah, so roll up your sleeves and be in
it's
it
not
and
that.
win.
I'm telling you, it's not that. So make sure that you are getting the right foundation to help you at least meet some of these challenges head on, or have an expectation. I think one thing that I hear from Tamekia is she expected some of this stuff. So it wasn't like it was just, oh no, something bad happened. It was like, okay, things are going to happen. All right. There isn't just going to be smooth sailing, operating, everything just going to fall how it's supposed to fall. Things are going to happen. Expect them to happen. Have your contingency.
Yeah.
That will help you. That will take a lot of pressure off you. Have your contingency and be able to talk to your contractor. So I think y'all did a good job with that. I also think y'all had a little good cop, bad cop going on.
Y'all did have a good cop.
So your partner is Christy Cole. So tell us, who was good cop and bad cop in y'all relationship?
Just define good cop, bad cop.
I'm bad cop. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna find the pieces. The contractor's gonna know that I'm probably not so happy with the quality.
Yeah.
If they rushed it, Antonio is gonna figure out a solution. If Antonio's not there, I'm gonna have to play both roles, because I know we got to keep this project going. But he's the good cop. I'm the bad cop.
Okay, so I was the good cop. I was the real contractor.
It's okay.
But my partner, she was on it. She's a little bit more experienced than me. I have the real estate background, and then she had more of the experience in flipping. So she was the bad cop. She had done it before, and she knew the behaviors already. So she was more of the cut the crap.
What we doing?
What's going on?
Yeah.
This don't look right. Nope, don't talk. So she was more of that person of putting them in their place, and I was more of the coddler. And that didn't work sometimes. I will be honest and say, being the coddler sometimes did not work.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It did not work. But her being that person sometimes moves stuff along more so than me being a cop. So that's why it worked. It's almost like sugar and spice, right?
Yes. And that's why we always recommend you doing it with a partner or somebody else, because good cop, bad cop is needed in these rehabs. You can't be all good, and you can't be all bad.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be able to balance between the two, because they have to understand that time is of the essence, quality is of the essence. I might not stand on the table for everything, but understand that you just can't do anything on my project.
Right.
Yeah.
So you gotta have that dynamic going on. If you're working by yourself, just get somebody to bring along with you. Just have them walk around and just look at stuff and just say, So you can blame it on them.
Yeah.
Because the conversation is a lot easier to say, hey, man, actually did not like how y'all did that. Like, can we do something to fix it? It's a little easier than saying, man, you did that totally wrong. Like, they feel attacked at that point in time.
Yeah.
But if you can kind of, I ain't gonna say sidestep it, put it on the bad cop, the conversation can usually go a little better.
And we tell our students whenever we're walking through, blame it on us. Like, hey, Ashley and Antonio walked through and they said, we got to do something different with this.
Yeah.
I've never had a problem with being bad cop. guess it's my personality, which usually most people think I'm quiet, calm, until you start to really know me. You know that, yeah, I can be a little feisty sometimes. So yeah, I've never had that problem, but sometimes I have to tone it down a lot because it can be very aggressive. And men don't like that a lot. Now, let me ask you this question because this just made it pop up in my head. Was it challenging as a female team working from a construction mode? Like, what were those challenges?
It was very challenging. I think until they learned us that, okay, we have a resource in our back pocket for what we don't know. You sometimes we felt like we were being sold some stuff that didn't make sense. I'll give you an example. The whole city inspector part. When we started out, we were told, "Oh no, you'll be fine." I flipped the whole house without that. Well, that came back to bite us. It came back to bite, and that was just being sold at, I won't say inexperience, but we were new to it, and we were told that I can get past that, and we were like, that doesn't sound right, but so it was challenging being females because they thought we didn't know a lot of things. We knew, but we were just trying to see, is this true? Like,
They not gonna try me like this.
Is this really going to work? So it happened a few times throughout the project, and we realized it was because we were female. But we did get connected with one guy, Mr. Chris. He was very good. He didn't take advantage of us in that way.
Good.
He was able to link us, to different trades to get things done. So we found one guy that didn't take advantage of us being females.
Absolutely.
That's a part of it.
It is.
I know you're gonna say, but like, understand you're gonna get so much better between your first project and your second project.
Yes.
That's where the biggest growth is gonna come, because for one, you're gonna start feeling that bull a whole lot quicker. And the people that you see that are for you, you're gonna start seeing it a whole lot quicker. So you're gonna have at least a foundation of a team to go to that next project.
Yeah.
Compared to when it's your first project, like you're building everything. You're trying to find every piece to the puzzle. But when you go to that second project,
you already know from the
got
first.
some pieces in place.
But I know for sure I want to use this person, this person. I may not want to use this person. So now instead of looking for 5 different pieces to your puzzle, you may just need 2.
Right.
So absolutely. It's hard sometimes as a female in real estate. And a lot of times I think the guys take it like, oh, it's not true. And it wasn't until I had to do it completely without Antonio, because I think you were back and forth to Florida, is when I realized people sometimes they don't treat the women like they treat the men. It's like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. No, I probably know more than you know. I need you to do what I told you to do. And you don't see many women in real estate. And if there are a lot of women in real estate, anyway. Well, when I say real estate, I mean from the investing standpoint.
Okay.
You don't see many women real estate investors. You see a lot of them from the realtor side. It's a lot of women realtors, but not really from the investor side. And it's because a lot of times it is like okay, well, you're just a woman. No, I deserve my spot at this table, and I'm going to show you how I own this spot at the table. So I give you guys kudos for fighting through it, making sure you have your spot at the table and that your voices are heard, because all of the women voices who are doing real estate, it should be heard.
And they don't want to take orders from them. Like,
no.
That's like just us being the head of the project, the funding, the payday.
Yeah, like surely it should be a man behind y'all somewhere. Where's this guy?
Yeah, so they don't like taking the orders from women. So
it's a tough field to crack, but when I tell you, when you crack it and you become it, then they start to treat you like the queen and the princesses that we all are. But that initial barrier to a male, it's a male dominant world. It's always been. But there are many women that are cracking it. area.
I can remember some trips to not even from people on our team that were working on our house. I remember one trip one night to Home Depot, and I was standing at the pro desk, and the guy was like, what are you doing?
Shopping.
Like, shopping? He's like, he could tell I was doing a project. He was a investor as well as a contractor. He does a lot in Bush Hills.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, he still was giving me the side eye, like, and I'm like, what? So then we got to talking, and he was like, okay, so you really doing this? I'm like, yeah.
Why not?
We really out here to get these coins.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead. What were you about to say?
What I would say is, if there are women out there, and if they're on the fence about taking that leap of faith, starting that investor journey, what advice would you give them?
Don't do it by yourself. Get connected. We go to college to whatever degree we field that we want to get in. We go to college to sit in a classroom with the expert to learn how to do that. So get with a group, get with someone, a mentor, a coach. Just get with people who are doing the same thing so that you can learn. That's been a big help to me. Every time I come to REI Live, I get motivated. I leave motivated to do something else. The project we're on now is because I was at REI Live last month. I was like, I got to move on to the next one. So, if nothing more, you hearing other people's successes, other people's movement, it motivates. I know it does me. I can't say everyone is the same, but for me, when I hear other people doing things, moving forward, it motivates me, and it makes me feel, you know what, I need to move. I got to move my feet. I'm planted, and I can't stay planted. So absolutely. Just get in some circles where you'll have support. You're going to need it. You're going to need it. So get in those circles. I would say do not do it alone. Where I'm weak, Christy's strong. Where I'm strong, Christy may be weak. So it works. It comes together. Or whomever your partner may be. I really think the husband-wife teams excel in real estate all together. I've always thought that, like that, just as a realtor, before I even ventured into the investment side, I've always seen the husband-wife teams excel. So if you and your husband are thinking about getting into it, do it. Do it. Identify your strengths and weaknesses, set your roles, and go for it.
Absolutely. Set your roles, you guys. That's so important. So that you're not walking over each other's territory. There's something that you are absolutely amazing at. And if you don't know what you're absolutely amazing at, ask your friends, ask your spouse, ask the people who are around you the most, and I guarantee you they're gonna tell you some things that you are absolutely amazing at. Whether you like to do it or not, you're absolutely amazing at it, and that's your gift. That's your lane in your business. Whatever business it is, that's your lane, because you have a natural gift to do it. Whether it's talking to people, whether it is shopping, whether it is marketing, whether it is accounting, whatever it is, that's your it. And let your partner be something that you're not. And don't compete for the spotlight. Don't compete for the roles. That's yours. That's theirs. And then just start to build your team after. Okay, what else are we not good at? Let's find some people that fit those roles. We talked about this the other day. I talked about this the other day at REI Live. Antonio asked me, this was Tuesday morning, right before the holiday party. And he said, what are we doing for games? And I said, that's not my lane. That's Yasmin's lane. Now, if you want to ask Yasmin what she got prepared for games, then that's a different conversation. But never have I had to come up with games. Y'all know I am not doing games. I am not planning the details when it comes to events, because that's not my lane. That's where Yasmin That's her lane. That's what she loves. And even when she says she doesn't love it, when she's in it, you can tell that it's like the only place she want to be at that time. And don't give her nothing else, because that's all she want to focus on, because it lights up her, like her eyes start to like glow when she's doing it. That's her lane. Antonio lane is to make sure we all
break down our whole business.
we all know we all stay on task and don't have the squirrel syndrome. Right, yes. So everybody has their roles in their lanes.
I'm gonna piggyback real quick on Tamekia, so get your next question ready.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's just because I'm in real estate and I see it more, but like Tamekia said, we'll go to college, we'll go to technical school, we'll go to trade school, we'll go to all these places, we'll start a job, and we have no problem getting training from whatever job.
Oh, we'll spend 3-4 weeks in training at a job.
It does not bother us. But when it comes to real estate investing, like there is something that clicks in people's head that says, I don't got to get trained to do that. I can do that.
It's on HGTV.
I don't know what it is, but it's nothing different than everything else. To be a doctor, you got to go get some training. Mm-hmm. To be an accountant, you got to go get some training.
To be a marketer, you got to be training.
Whatever you're doing, there was a training phase that came with your job.
For social work.
Had to go to school.
You had to go to school.
You had to get a lot of training.
Yeah. You had to get licensed. Yeah. I had to study for a test, just like I had to study for a test for real estate. But here's the difference.
Okay, talk to us.
Come on, break it down.
Here's the difference. I have student loan debt. But you don't have to get in debt, student loan debt, to learn real estate investing. Save a couple $1,000. Some people come to the table with none of their money.
Yep. None of their money.
So that is the difference. And anybody with a degree will tell you the student loan debt came with it, but this is something you can do without it. I often say, had I known this lane earlier in life,
you wouldn't have went.
I probably would not have gone.
Yeah.
So it's optional for my kids. They have to have it has to be a solid plan, but it's not mandatory for them to go to college, because I know so many people now that I'm in this field. I know so many people that did not go to college, and they are way ahead of me.
We talk about that a lot, and I know for some people it may be uncomfortable what I'm about to say, and I'm sorry, but not sorry at the same time. Our goal is not for our kids to go to college because they're looking for a job and they want to do this particular career. Our goal is, if they decide to go to college, to go for the networking piece, go for the partnership piece on, okay, whose work ethics do I see that we will be good partners with? What type of business adventures can we create together? Because that's what I feel like college is more so. It's not for you can learn anywhere. You can enroll in anyone's school and learn, but I don't want them to get into student loan debt for a particular degree. I want you to learn because you're networking, because of the business relationships you're going to foster and the relationships that come after college. And I think that was our big thing about being business owners. We wanted a business that no matter what any of our kids are interested in, they can have a seat at the table. Now, granted, that seat is not going to be given to them.
Right.
But if they want to decide they want tattoos all the way up to their neck, corporate America can tell them no, but you can make money in this business. So you don't have to conform to society's viewpoint of what you should look like and what you should be.
Agreed.
I totally agree.
Agreed. And it's gonna be different, but going on, Mika.
My big why, if my kids do decide they want to go to college, I want to be able to pay for them. Granted, they'll get scholarships. Hope that's my prayer. But if they don't, I don't want them to go down the road I had to go down. I want to just hand them everything, but I also don't want them crippled.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. It's a balance.
It's a huge
it's a
balance,
balance.
and putting them in position to win, but not giving them the position to win. So they're gonna have to fight for some stuff. They're gonna have to suffer a little bit, but at the same time, they're not gonna start where we started from.
Yeah, we don't want them starting from the bottom.
We started negative,
right?
Like for real. Like if you the upbringing that we came up, we started negative to where we had to get jobs while we was in college. Like most people who start too. So like when you start from such a low point, you don't want your kids to start from that same point.
Yeah.
Our job is to make them better. Our job is to elevate them so that they can do more with their journey than we did with our journey.
Yeah. Every level gets better.
Right. So back to real estate. What's next for Tamekia in the real estate?
My question.
I stole it.
What's next? Wow, I want to do more. So my goal for 2024 is.
Wait, you already got your goal lined out for 2024?
Oh yeah, we're in the fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter, baby. Okay.
How many minutes we have left? Like 5 minutes in the fourth quarter.
And no overtime.
Yeah, no overtime. Yeah. So my goal for 2024 is to do multiple properties. I want to do more than one at a time. And 2, I do want to get a rental property. Now, what I'm looking at as far as a rental property, I am looking at new construction. As far as a rental property,
because
I'm
that's what you're used to right now. That's what you're seeing. That's your lane right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And I'm seeing some areas where it's very beneficial to just go new construction, brand new house, have the warranties and all of that. So that's my goal.
Let's go.
Go some goals. Good, great goals. Do multiple projects. Get a rental property under our belt. Did you envision yourself talking like that? Because it's a lot of people that just heard what you said, Tamekia.
They're like, oh, well, she been doing this. Like,
she's been doing it, and it's almost like that dream or that vision for 2024 was like this big for a lot of people. Like, did you always see yourself doing multiple projects, buying rental properties, having those type of visions and dreams?
I didn't see myself on the first one. I didn't see, and you said that goal is that big for some people. No, it's that big for me.
Okay.
I can't tell you it's not looking through a narrow, lens. No, it's big for me and it's scary for me, but I'm going to do it. That has been 2023 for me. I've done everything this year scared, and it has worked out for me.
Keep going.
Let's go.
Keep going.
All right. So let's compare these visions. What was your goal for 2023? Like,
it was to do a project.
One project.
Just started. Just inch in the door.
Yeah. If you just grow a little bit each day, like that compound effect is so amazing. If you just did a little bit better every day, I promise you, in 365 days, you're going to look back and say, who is this person? Like, the fear that you have to go through, the fears that you overcome that you never thought that you could even overcome. And then the goals that you start to create, because now you understand the power that you have that you didn't even know you had.
Yeah,
I think it all comes from one place for me. Start anyway.
Okay.
You start.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of the key element that a lot of people, they watch these podcasts, they come to REI Live, they get all of the free information, but they never start. Like, start. Take some action. Stop saying next year. I'm gonna do it when this happens.
And notice that every time you do that, your deadline just goes further and further back. Okay, well, this happened, so I can't do it right now. Okay, well now I'm pregnant, so I can't do it right now. Okay, well now I just had a baby, I can't do it right now. Okay, now I just got a new job, so I'm gonna have new responsibilities, so I can't do it right now. There's always something that's stopping you and causing you to give excuses, but excuses are tools for the incompetent. And I promise you, your brain is not incompetent. Your brain can do anything that it puts its mind to. You just have to do it. Do it while you're scared. Do it while you're afraid. Do it while you're nervous. Just do it.
Agree. I got one more question. How many more questions you got?
Go ahead.
You answer
Don't
my
worry about any more questions I have.
Okay, my last question would be: would you recommend people to come to the conference?
I most definitely would recommend that you attend the conference. You have to go. That's probably going to be your breaking point. If you've never been, you're in for a treat. Again, it's so much motivation in the room. When you go, don't sit in the corner. Talk to people. I don't care if you ask a stupid question, what you may think is stupid. It probably won't be stupid to the next man. But just walk up to people and talk to them. You will be amazed. Now, I struggle with the whole social thing. But the last two conferences, I was able to talk to people. That's motivation. 1, 2, you'll probably learn something new. I'll tell you one of my biggest moments at the first conference you all had. I've always watched Matthew Gregory. I've always watched him. So y'all, I walked up to him and just remember what I said. And I said something to him, and by the time I finished talking to him, I was empowered to move forward in my project. He shared with me he started in Center Point. That's where my project was. He's like, oh yeah, that's where I started. And he shared his challenges. He shared his successes in Center Point, and I left there empowered to move forward with what I was doing.
Let's go.
That's another way we talked about, when you praying those signs and how things line up. That was one of the things. I signed up for the conference. I went to the conference. I walked up to this man I had been watching on social media, kill the game, and I just said something to him. I really do not remember what I said. And what he said back to me was empowering, and it helped me to move forward. So I say go. I say get among people, and do it scared.
Do it scared. Let's go.
What do your kids say about this real estate journey? Like, do they have an opinion on it?
I have teenagers.
They just here for the ride.
World.
How much money we make? Can I have?
How much money?
Can I have? Now that's another thing. I do want to involve them and let them maybe do they want to design their outfits. Let's design this house. Earn your keep, right? So that's another thing. So they like to ride along. Now they don't so much like the Home Depot part because they were there for like 2 hours one day and they were like, "This is not going again." I think I burned them on that. But I think they do enjoy, seeing the successes in everything and seeing that it's possible and it's attainable.
Absolutely, they watching. I promise you, they are watching.
Now my 12-year-old, that's her thing. When it was career day to dress up, I'm gonna be a realtor.
Ooh.
Are you sure about that? Yeah. Oh, they're watching.
They're watching.
I
love it.
And her aunt told me one day, she said, my niece can tell me from start to finish the process of buying a home. I was like, she can? And she was like, yeah, she told me. So if you have children, if nothing more, show them that you can do it. That shows them in life that they can do it.
Yes.
It's a trickle-down effect.
It's a trickle-down effect. Absolutely.
Because nobody at 12, I couldn't tell anybody how to buy a house.
I wasn't thinking about it.
I wasn't thinking about it.
Right.
I was not thinking about it.
I don't even know what I was thinking about. Probably, yeah, but we all know what we probably was thinking about at 12. Yeah. I said we, that means not me. I said we.
Yeah.
This was so emotional for me. I'm so proud of you guys. Keep having big goals. Every year, every day, I just want you to get that much better than the next day because you've shown me that in a year span how big your dreams can get, how much you can accomplish, and how you may think you don't have time, you don't have enough of it. But when I tell you, I watch you accomplish amazing stuff, especially in these last 6 months of the year, where I see you saying, sold my client this, and I see you getting on social media, and I see you rocking and rolling. So I'm proud of you. If nobody has told you, I am proud of you.
I am too.
Because that wasn't what last year was.
Not at all.
It wasn't. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep progressing. Keep changing lives, and keep doing it while you're scared. And know that He's gonna guide you every step of the way. Keep Him first in everything that you do, because that provision comes whether you feel like you about to go backwards. Just know that everything is for His glory, and He's going to continue to provide you provision for His vision. You think it's your vision. It's His vision. It's His vision.
How do they get in contact with you? If they're
Yes.
looking to buy a house, if they just want to connect with you, what's the best way to connect with you, Tamekia?
Oh, the best way is through this little thing right here.
Come on.
My cell number is, my kids say, Mom, everyone has your number.
That is
That's
true.
right.
That is true.
I don't carry 2 phones. I don't have 3 phones. I don't have a pager. I don't have any of that. I have this cell phone. Personal and business goes through this phone. My cell phone number is 205-790-3272. And in the world of social media, I am Tamekia Ware on Facebook. So you can find me there. You can find me on TikTok, The Real T Sales.
The Real T
Ooh,
Sales.
I like that.
I like that.
Yeah. So that's me on TikTok. But I'm mainly I'm on this cell phone, y'all, because I can get my emails, I can get my text messages, my bank account, everything on this phone. So that's the best way to reach me. 205-790-3272.
All right. Well, we're finna get ready to wrap up. I want to thank our sponsors before we get out of here.
Absolutely.
Jacob Title, X Flipper Academy, Good and Home Inspections, Dennos Funding, Jump Fathers, New Western. If you're looking for a property, New Western always have properties. If you're watching this for the first time, go join our Facebook group, REI Decoded. We have a free mini series that come along with joining the Facebook group. So make sure you join the Facebook group.
Get your free course.
Get your free course and start learning for free. All right. So, and find out if real estate really what you want to do.
Yeah.
Like, we kind of give you enough information to really find out, do I really want to do real estate, or is this just something I'm thinking about? So get your free course. You will enjoy it, and come back to us with some feedback. Conference going on January 12th and 13th. We ain't even really mention it. We're gonna be at the Hilton UAB downtown. So if you want to come, get your tickets. They are available.
Your tickets. Don't just show up, because there will not be a spot for you if you just show up. So get your tickets, get them in advance. Just do it, y'all. Don't wait till the last minute and make me have to add seats, because I'm not doing that again this year. All right?
And we ain't moving.
I'm not.
Our spot is our spot this year.
I'm not going through that extra. My heart's not gonna palpitate for no reason at the last minute. I am trying to make sure everything is done, signed, delivered, so that it's smooth sailing. So no more last minute rushes just for the fun of it. I ain't doing it.
All right.
2024 goes.
Time to wrap up.
Time to wrap up.
Here?
Yes.
Thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
When we decided to do this, you were on the top list of coming out, because we know that you touch so many different people. You touch women, you touch mothers, you touch realtors, you touch people who was in that social work, that social worker world, that's working at 9 to 5, that's looking across the street at different vision and goals that
they're just scared.
They're just scared to go get. So we knew that your story would be motivational and inspirational. Keep building on it. Keep telling it. Don't be quiet about it.
Your story is amazing.
It's amazing, and you are going to motivate a lot of people to take action. All right.
Thank you.
No problem.
We love you guys. See you tomorrow. Same place, same time.
Peace.
Yo, what's going on? What's going on? Listen, it's Keith Everett, Real Estate Diddy. I'm right here at the Simple Sexy Flipping Conference. I gave 10 ways on how to find off-market properties. If you're somebody trying to learn how to use the bank, find private money lenders, and knowing how you can fund the properties, you need to be here.
I would definitely recommend this event to anybody, especially if you're looking to get started in this business, because sometimes you just don't know where to go, and sometimes you don't know how to get started, and sometimes it could be the reverse. You got the motivation, but you don't have the education, or you have the education, you don't have the motivation. So sometimes it's being in certain rooms with certain people that'll kind of uplift you or inspire you or get you moving, get you thinking. But more importantly, this is the kind of room you want to be in, especially if you're a newbie.